Warning, this podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Yo, welcome to the Project E Podcast. Your boy Matthew, aka Zaddy, aka Watch Your Girl, aka Watch Your Mouth.
And it's your boy Pablo Fresco Bar, making the ladies moist and the oyster riper than a diaper.
And it's your boy, Joe. You already know. Kimchi Poppy, can't nobody stop.
You already. Well. Gentlemen.
Welcome back.
So what
Welcome
has
back.
been going on in the world, huh?
Oh my God.
We had a little month hiatus. You know, Faye was trying to get some flash pass systems set up for abortions.
Now I was trying to use my fucking frequent flyer miles at Planned Parenthood. Like, yo, are these gonna expire with the new laws?
Yo, but who would have thought we would have went backwards on this shit?
Yo, man, I don't know how many of you guys voted for Sleepy Joe over at this table, but I can tell you this much:
Guilty.
it wasn't me. Look
You know
where
you
we at
can't.
now.
You can't. You're a felon, bro. You can't fucking vote.
It is my right as an American citizen. Right?
Got him.
Oh man, but check it, bro. I mean, they took away our abortions, but at least they gave us handguns.
Facts.
Now you can
bro.
protect that pussy, baby.
Hell yeah, bro. Are you kidding me?
You got protection, baby? Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
Bro, I want a strap, bro. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, this is great. Moving right along. Yeah, no,
shit.
seriously, fucking insane that happened. And I mean,
Oh gosh.
even like the logic is scary, right? Because it's kind of like a technicality that they, I guess, voted on, where it's just like you don't have a constitutional right to an abortion, right? And so it's kind of like you go by the states, by the law of the land. But it does set, you know, reproductive rights and women's rights back 50 years in this
It's
country.
ridiculous.
And to me, it boils down to like separation of church and state. You know, it's like you believe whatever you want, but like it's a free country.
Is this effective for all states?
No.
Yeah,
I think New York City is still, or
no,
New
no,
York
no.
State.
It's
20
not,
states
It's not
are-
a ban in all states.
Oh,
But it's no longer a law in all states that you can have access to it. You understand? Like it's not that it was a law, but it was like a right to it.
it was a right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
20 states have already fucking gone along with this legislation, and they stopped selling. They limit sales of emergency contraceptives like Plan Bs and shit like that. And
So
It's-
can you have this procedure done in New York or
Yeah.
California?
Yeah,
my
yeah.
brother, look, listen. Let me tell you something.
So
let me
what that
tell you
means?
something.
New
The
York,
same
all the
way-
major cities are going to be packed. Like
Wow.
people are going to move here.
No.
No? People that
No. Look, the only thing they did was take away the ability to do it safely. People are gonna do it, man. Because I'm telling you, there's gonna be motherfuckers out there that's gonna be like, yo, I got them abortions on deck. You hear?
Yeah,
Come
The
through. I
fucking
got you.
coat wire hanger, bro.
Or
It's
like-
gonna be.
or-
It's
or
gonna be
people-
the Wild Wild West out here.
Yeah,
man.
there's like
it's
probably-
really setting us back.
there's some people that are probably part of the medical field and they're like they know how to do the procedure and they'll do it. Because
I mean, there might even be professionals that
Yeah.
will do that shit out of their homes just so that they can ensure that people can get it done safely. That would be like very heroic and shit of them, but they'd be putting their fucking medical licenses on the line and all that good shit.
I wanna preface something really quick with like it's not our place ultimately, right?
It's not. We don't
I-
have fucking vaginas.
Right, and I just want to, but I still want to get into like the nuance of it a little
No,
bit.
but that
right?
means that also means you got to be extra safe, eh?
Because look, if
got a vasectomy
if I
already,
feel
man.
like, to me, like late term abortion is fucking crazy, bro. Like
Oh,
when
well,
a baby's like
yes.
almost about to be born,
Yeah.
like they're gonna feel that pain when
Just
they're
how
give
late
them-
is
just
how
give
late is too late though?
Just give them for adoption.
Me,
you know?
bro. I mean, look, it's one thing if like the mother or the baby's life is at risk, and it's just that's what it is. But it's like if it's like the baby's born in a week and you just having cold feet and don't want it, it's like that. It's already here. Like you're really killing like a life at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some. I'm just like, late term abortion sounds fucking awful. But like I said, I prefaced it with it's not my fucking choice. We shouldn't have a say in it, But then there's like if a doctor is against that, like morally, they should be able to not do that either, you know. But then on the flip side of it, it's like, so now the fucking girl who got raped by her uncle is gonna be forced to bring that child to term. You know what I'm saying? Like that's disgusting.
We're getting real heavy right now.
No, but it is.
I think
it is a reality.
I think we should really leave it at, you know, like we really have like no say in any of this. Like we can have our opinions.
That's
and whatnot,
why it's prefaced, but it's still interesting conversation, bro. You know, if you want to fucking
most certainly. You know,
look at this guy, man. You want to scramble his brains and queef it out? Oh my god! I remember the fucking South Park episode.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, South Park has been so ahead of their time for decades, bro. Mr. Garrison gets like his sex change operation, and like he's like, oh my god, he's like, I'm late on my period. And he like goes to the doctor. He's like, doctor, I'm pregnant, you know, and he's like, I need an abortion, and they're like, Mrs. Garrison, like, you know, you can't conceive, like you don't have a uterus.
Wait, was Mrs. Garrison his hand?
No.
Oh, it was him.
He has a sex change in the show.
He also has like a hand puppet.
There's wasn't
he like J-Lo at one point?
I don't know.
No, that was Cartman's
name.
Oh.
He had Mr. Hat maybe. I don't know.
Some shit like that.
Whatever. But
okay, my bad.
He's like, I need an abortion. So like, you don't have a uterus. And he's like, so you're telling me I can't scramble my baby's brains, queef it out? And I was just like, oh my god, bro. South Park has not pulled a punch.
South Park is on like the same level as like Dave Chappelle.
Bro.
Yeah, I remember being a little, like a kid, bro, 11 years old, watching South Park in Bay Ridge growing up. My dad would let us watch it. My mom hated that. And I remember seeing the episode where Cartman starts, they're trying to start a band. Cartman gets kicked out. He starts, the goal is to get like a platinum record first.
Oh my god.
And he starts a faith band, like a Christian rock band. And Faith Plus One, and it takes off. It takes off, and they're at concerts, and then at the end of the episode, he gets presented with like a frankincense award, you know, because it's like it goes like gold, frankincense, and myrrh or whatever, and he's just like, because he was trying to get a platinum record, he's like, what the fuck is this? But in the episode, they're like, oh, well, you know, it's three wise men, what they brought to Jesus, and that's how we award. And he's like, fuck Jesus. And I heard that on TV at 11, bro, and it was like, I thought my head was gonna explode. I looked around, I was like, they could do this on TV? Like, this is fucking crazy, bro.
Now they can't. Shit.
No, they still do wild shit.
Wild shit, bro, but they're not as good as they used to be.
I think they were more cutting edge back then because they were like the only cartoons to do this.
Everything was more cutting edge back then because there was only so many, you know, there was no Netflix, there was no Hulu, there was no Amazon Prime Video, there was no Apple TV, there was no, you know, it was like there was only a certain amount of entertainment channels, right? You know what I'm saying? So
it was
definitely had more eyeballs on them back in the day, for sure.
My guilty pleasures were Mad TV, South Park, Dave Chappelle, like
all those.
Basically like all of the after hours like comedy shows. Yeah bro. Those are the best.
Yeah.
They don't make cartoons the way they used to, man. Boondocks was nuts.
Ooh.
It's nuts.
Well, a job application. Yeah, no, there's some fucking great shows. What else is going on in the world? So now, we getting straps or what, bro?
Yeah, buddy.
We loading up? We getting an arsenal? The zombie apocalypse?
Look, man,
the government takeover?
Yo, in New York City, it really does feel like you need to be strapped to be safe. Because, there's shootings happening almost every day.
Almost every fucking day,
People
bro.
are
This
dying
is
every day.
ridiculous.
It's insane.
Bro, I'm not trying to be caught slipping. You hear him?
The cases that has been happening, like people have been caught slipping, but to no fault of their own. They're just sitting in the train station getting shot in the chest. It's fucking insane.
Fucking wild, bro.
Like out of nowhere.
Yeah, no.
That's why if you see me in this colorful outfit, it's not because
it's his pride outfit.
Yeah, it's not because I support Gabriel. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I like colors.
So all good. So that's a really interesting thing about the Roe v. Wade thing, because the main judge, whatever, he put out like a 78-page fucking thing on his opinion on the matter, but the other judge, Clarence Thomas, talked about his logic. So it's like this same reasoning that overturned Roe v. Wade can be applied to gay marriage, like homosexuality in public. Like basically, like there's no constitutional right to that, you know. So it's a slippery slope. Like what's coming down the pipeline is, God forbid, it's just not pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So back to my
strap up.
Yo,
get ready
back
for
to my
Civil War.
outfit.
Yes, sweetie. Yes.
Yeah. So ever since the shooting, I've been biking
Everywhere.
Yeah, I've been commuting via the bicycle, and I've been loving it. So
and it's a great way to stay in
shape. My bike outfit, just one of the many jerseys that I got.
You deliver Chinese food.
Yeah. You know, I got to make the extra money. That's it. Your fucking order is coming in late, bro.
87, yeah.
That was Joe counting change.
Oh, shit.
What change, bro? You ain't giving me no tip, bro.
That's right,
you
bro.
ain't getting no change back, baby. No siree.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a strap.
Yeah, for sure.
But, bro, these liberal cucks. I'm sorry. I voted yesterday. Like, I'm still a registered Democrat. I voted for the governor and all that good shit, assemblyman, whatever the fuck. But I'm a huge believer in the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, right? I feel like that keeps our country safe from threats foreign and domestic from our own government, right? If we have our fucking 18th vaccine and they want to, you know, break down your door and inject your kids, you have a way to defend yourself. That's what keeps the government in power, is the fact that the 6th largest fighting force in the world is the American hunter beyond country, because there's that many weapons out in this country. I told
we're the number one weapons manufacturer.
I had guests at my job from like Tennessee. We were talking. I was like, bro, I sleep so much better at night knowing that there's like rednecks in this country that like will die before they give up their guns. You know what I mean? Because look at Australia. Look at these countries that have given up their weapons, and you can't do anything in COVID. You're completely helpless. You can't visit. And there's 2 cases of COVID. Shut down the whole country. You know what I mean? It's just like it keeps checks and balances. And you know what? In order to really have that check and balance, you need weapons of the day, right? Which means an AR-15, which means a fucking AK-47. Bro, I'd get a bazooka if I could get a fucking bazooka. You know what I'm saying? Just because if there is a government takeover, if there's like some crazy martial law, you're going to need modern weaponry. You can't go out there with a fucking musket. You know what I mean?
That's to the extreme.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on how much you trust our government. Because I
feel like
don't at all.
Boom, boom, boom. FBI coming in.
Yo, facts. Seriously.
I feel like to that extreme, then I think you should have AR-15s and the extreme of weapons to protect you and your family and friends, right? But like, for anybody to gain access to AR-15s is a problem. Also.
You know how hard it's going to be for people to get their concealed carry in this state, even though it's a thing now.
Yeah, I feel like concealed carry is more of a, that'll keep you safe too. You know,
bro. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun, and there's not a lot of like, it's like, okay, you want stricter gun laws and you think it's going to be safer? Look at Chicago. Look at Los Angeles. Look at New York City.
People can get guns whether they're legal or not.
Laws aren't going to stop bad people from doing bad things.
They're going to get guns, man. God damn. Arm yourselves with knowledge.
Arm yourselves
and then
with
a fucking gun.
Absolutely. So you can protect yourself. You have a right as an American citizen to defend yourself.
Yo, that's
period.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to fucking contacting the license department in New York City, NYPD, and purchasing a firearm, you know? Because this is my goddamn right, American citizen.
I'm going to get my piece, bro. It's going to be nice and chrome. I'm going to name her Mother Nature.
Acting like you don't have 3.
I'm going to name her Mother Nature, bro, because she going to blow you away. You heard me? Hey, all right.
Yeah,
I'm going to name her.
I think that'll be kind of the fun part of having a gun, like customizing it to your own.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen some cool custom
shit on it.
Will look like Counter-Strike with the skins and shit.
I'm gonna name my gun Clock Out because she's gonna be my sweet release.
Oh,
it's time for you to retire.
all right. So,
all right, things are getting
I'll be
dark.
sending this fucking footage to the
to the licensing department. Don't give me a gun. No.
Suicide hotline.
I think we all can agree on common sense gun laws, right?
Yeah.
You can't fly a fucking plane. You should be able to fire a gun. You should have some type of background
I think
check.
there should be like greater qualifications.
Close the
absolutely.
gun show loophole. We used to go to a gun show, buy a gun, no questions asked. Like, there's definitely common sense things that we can do.
Yeah.
Now,
Maybe not.
Here's an interesting.
Wait. What do you think about like people that just turn into adults, like 18 years old, for them to get a gun right
Buy
away?
a gun.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you can smoke, you can vote, you can sign up and die for your country. You have every right to fucking bear arms.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
You should be able to drink at 18. If you can sign up to and die for your country, you should be able. That's it. You should be able to rent a car. You should be able to. And look, I don't know a lot of smart 18-year-olds, but it's just like then increase the limit to join the military.
But then what type of background checks do we have on 18-year-olds? For example,
check their TikToks.
The kid that went to the school, for example.
Uvalde, whatever the fuck, Uvalde, Texas. Yeah,
Yeah.
he fucking killed.
Like,
19
how can you
kids,
prevent
2
something-
teachers.
Fuck that piece of shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got
18 years old.
smoked.
How do you prevent something like that?
I'm so glad he got smoked.
How do you prevent something like that?
Cool.
You prevent something like that, and this is this is what I was about to bring up. The caveat I was going to throw into this. So, we've sent over $40 billion to Ukraine, foreign aid, right? When they crunch the numbers, we have veterans ready, willing, and able at home. So if you put a former vet, an armed former vet, in every school in America, and you paid them $75,000 a year, it comes out to $9 billion. You have over 40, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Ukraine. Like, when that situation happened, bro, I was having nightmares. I was like waking up like, oh my God, does Ukraine still exist?
What are you taking away from them? You're not Russian, bro. You didn't go over there and fucking invade them.
I just felt horrible for their situation, and at this, and then now it's just like you see all these school shootings, and you know what? And honestly, we've become so numb. This isn't Columbine, where like the country stopped, and this was fucking new. It's like it happens so frequently now that we're just like meh. Especially as New Yorkers, bro. Like, we're tough and we go through shit all the time. It's just like you fucking there was I remember someone years ago, there was an explosion out of someone put like a explosive device in a public garbage can on like Lower Manhattan, like in the or Midtown. And people were like
Times Square.
And people were like, "Oh my God," and then just went right back out about their lives, you know? So we don't have the sensitivity to it anymore. But my question is like, do we have any loyalty to our countrymen? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we not? My rule of thumb is like, the plane's crashing.
Yeah.
Secure your mask before securing the child's mask, right?
Yeah.
And I've had tough conversations with people where I'm like, yo, guess what? If there's 100 starving American kids and 100 starving kids from any other fucking country, I'm feeding those American kids first, because those are my fucking countrymen. That's where my loyalty should lie.
Yeah.
And it's tough when you're the liberal, you know, the beacon of hope for that in the world, and I get that, but it's just like, are we a country or are we not? And that's when Trump was like, America first. I'm like, yeah, I'm protecting our schools and our children before I help anyone else.
But yes, you're right. And also, you know, that's to touch on mental health in the U.S. I think we probably have it the worst out of all the countries out there as far as mental health
Shout out
goes.
to men's mental health. Yesterday. Everybody was too busy celebrating the Puerto Ricans and the gays that they forgot about Men's Mental Health Month, which is June. And
is it really?
Yes, it is.
I didn't even know that existed.
Wow, you're a piece of shit. That's why.
We care? I thought it was like November or some shit. Don't they care about men in November? Like No Shave November or some
Bro,
shit?
they don't care about men ever.
No.
It's fucking Father's Day this month.
No one gives a fuck about Father's Day.
Nobody.
Bro. You like socks.
Oh, yo, happy Father's Day, guys.
You catch a fucking
Thanks, bro.
text message and that's about it. There's no fucking Father's Day sales.
Y'all are great fathers, man. That's what I gotta say about that.
Nobody gets me flowers.
Damn. Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, yo, look at me. I'll be flowers, baby.
You heard?
Look at me.
Nobody gets me flowers. Nobody massage my feet. Nobody eats my ass.
Oh,
The
wait.
fuck?
Nah, you
Wait
gotta-
a
you gotta
minute. Now
find you a
we're
good-
crossing the line
You
here.
gotta find you a good woman, bro. My girl went. She did it.
Faye
right
acts
for me
like he
Father's Day.
don't get his ass ate. Come on, son. You crazy.
Facts. Listen.
Anyways.
You know, don't knock it till you try it, baby. It's 2022. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
So what was I saying before? I like that. Oh, so mental health, whatever. But it's also a good idea because the U.S. is one of the strongest countries in the world, or perceived to be, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't knock them for having or keeping or maintaining their allies also. But yes, we do have a problem internally. But I don't knock them for helping other countries.
Trillions of dollars in debt. Trillions. Yes. Inflation is through the fucking roof. Bro, I go downstairs to C-Town. C-Town, town. That's what it fucking says. Shut up.
Yeah.
And I buy one bag of groceries. Paper bag of groceries this big. Bro, bacon, $14. A pack of fucking dozen eggs, $6, $7. Yeah. That one bag of just like little basic, in between the big compras, you get a little... $78. For one bag, a paper bag of groceries, bro. Mm-hmm. Mind-blowing. Biden is fucking up, bro. That dude is a zombie. He can't ride a bike. He can't get through a fucking speech. Inflation's through the roof. You want to talk about the economy, all these jobs coming back. Well, you guys were fucking... They shut down the country, right? With these vaccine mandates. Those jobs come back. Oh, look how booming the fucking economy is doing.
What have I been telling you guys? Bitcoin.
Oh my God. That shit was crashing too, bro.
I know.
I put all my money in Bitcoin. I called Joe. I was like, bro, that shit was not okay, son.
Bro, and I also told you, it's going down.
Bro,
and you gotta save money.
Joe's not wearing that because he bikes, bro. He's wearing, that's his other job that he had to pick up, bro.
Bro.
He's a go-go boy.
I can't afford the MTA anymore, man. I gotta rely on my legs.
There you go. Oh, man.
But yeah, inflation is about to hit hard, and it's here to stay. Me personally, I think it's never going to be fixed. It's going to be here permanently, like whatever inflation increases that do happen with like gas prices and with our foods. It's here to stay. You just got to hustle.
Bro.
Yes. I mean, hopefully it's not here to stay. I don't want another economy
maybe
like
Trump will come
crash
back
like 2008, you know?
Yo,
I don't want another recession.
My man runs. Definitely voting for my son again.
Bro,
you got the red hat too, bro.
I've talked to my friends a lot, bro, and it's like what really pushed me so far to the right was the vaccine mandates. Was the fact of, you know, all these people that are screaming my body, my choice 2 years ago were like, you fucking get that shot or you can't be a member of society. We'll take your job. We'll take your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, no one wanted your fucking experimental drugs with no long-term data and oh, God, just people have their head in the sand. They blindly trusted, bro. Look up the Tuskegee experiments. Like this government has literally experimented on the population unknowingly. And it's like, it's known facts. It's accepted, and people are just like, oh, well, yeah, the fucking commercials say whatever. It's just like you're brainwashed. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust any of it. And anytime you want to force some shit into someone's body, it's like, thank God we have weapons, bro. Thank God for the Second Amendment, because it keeps the fucking lizard people running the globe from taking over.
Yo, insert Alex Jones gif.
Yeah. I love Alex Jones. He's like, come on. He's like, I'll eat you. I'll fucking eat you. You're coming from my family. I will eat my neighbors. I'll eat my neighbors.
That guy is pure entertainment, man. That guy is funny as fuck.
Yo, he went on Flagrant. And I think they had to remove. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The funniest moment is when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he got like tripped up about something. He goes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, at least he knows, bro. That dude is out there.
That shit was funny as fuck. It came out of nowhere too.
So between
he was definitely tripping balls, bro.
Between the vaccine mandates, which was the big push, and now just to keep it real, it's like what sucks about being a Democrat is that, and I guess what sucks about being a Republican too, is that you get grouped in with like the extremists on both sides, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
the people in the Trump rally that are like, you know, or the ladies saying like, thank you, this is great for white life and, you know, white America, and then the pussy hat wearing leftists that's just like, there's, you know, 72 fucking genders and you know, just all the snowflake bullshit is just like, there's a lot of decent people, sensible centrists, like in the middle, that get caught up with these extremes. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's hard for me to get behind the shit that the left is pushing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to take this a step further. I saw this documentary by Matt Walsh, who is like an author. He's a talk show host, whatever. He's obviously a conservative. And he just goes around, he asks professors, he asks teachers, he asks people on the street, people at the Women's March, you know, gay people, straight people, minorities, just like, he asks one simple question. And I'll pose this question to you guys now. What is a woman?
Oh, yeah. I saw that guy's.
What is a woman? Just in
guy.
your simplest, let Joe answer. What, in your simplest way of defining it, what is a woman?
Is that a female?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but like,
it's a fully grown female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately like his definition.
I break it down with just the gender and science, I guess.
He goes
biology,
adult female human,
Yeah.
right? But then you talk to all these people, and it's just like, oh, you know, none of them can say, right? They're trans or they're non-binary, and they say, oh, it's not for me to say. It's not, and it's like, look, I don't give a fuck, bro. Be who you want, love who you want. But for me, it always boils down to tolerance versus acceptance, right? It's like Jedi, Star Wars Jedi, that's literally a recognized religion in the United States. Like, that's an actual religion. We have the Church of Satan. We have the KKK marching in major cities. It's a free fucking country.
You know
Believe
what's crazy?
whatever you want.
You know what's crazy?
So like, keep your shit in your lane, bro.
Yeah.
You don't need to get laws and everything fucking changed for such a small amount of people. Like, and I have friends, like literally friends that are like trans that I've like stood up for. And God bless, do what you want. But like, in my heart of hearts, do I believe scientifically from my religious upbringing that you're a man or a woman? Like, no, I don't.
Well,
I accept it.
So
God bless
so
you.
for
Have
me,
fun. Live your life.
For me, the question of what do you identify as, it comes up for me when I walk down the streets or like when I'm like biking around or whatever, and I see someone and I cannot for the life of me figure out if they're a guy or a girl. So there's this one time, I think it was like yesterday, I saw someone that looked like a female but also could have been a man.
There's androgynous people
Yeah.
that are like, they look like both.
Okay, but I couldn't figure it out until that person spoke, that I was like, okay,
Until you
that was actually a
their dick.
man, but that was actually a man.
You're like, I'm not
But
sure.
I thought for a second it was a girl. So
Yeah.
then at that time, in that confusion, because I don't know the person and I didn't know whether it was a man or female, that was when I asked the question in my head, oh, what do you identify as? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's okay to ask, hey, so what do you identify as if you're unsure, right?
100%.
But I think you're right in the fact where both sides have extremes, and yes, people take it way to the extreme where you have that joke about I'm a chair.
Yeah,
I identify as a chair.
Swim.
So I think that's way too, for me, in my opinion, it's just way too extreme. But like, yeah, sometimes I'm confused with what's out there, and I'm like, yo, what do you identify as? If you tell me, then I'll be like, all right, cool, I respect that.
100%.
Yeah.
I've literally stopped meetings where people have like brought that up, and I'm like, how would you prefer to be?
Yeah.
Because I'll say it.
Yeah, because you're confused. You don't know.
No,
This
but
is something new.
It's like, I will respect you.
Yeah.
I will 100% like
As a person.
You're
Yeah.
a human being.
Yeah.
Great.
But how the
It's-
fuck I'm supposed to know off the jump? Some of them
Yeah.
get really pissy about it. That shit
point-
pisses me off.
Yeah.
The
When
point is-
when people get upset about it off the jump,
Like, I don't even fucking know you.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you have a different belief, you shouldn't be instantly labeled homophobic or a bigot just because you don't believe. Like, I don't believe there's 72 genders. I don't. I'm not into this gender is a social construct thing. I'm not.
But also,
I still believe be who the fuck you want and love who you want.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
But my core beliefs are like, brother, honestly, I feel like there's men and women. There's a lot of gender dysphoria. There's a lot of people with mental health issues. But like biology, science, it's not often science and religion like agree. And on this one, they kind of does. But I'm just like, it's just too much, bro. It's hard for me to get behind this leftist ideology, especially as a father, right? DeSantis in Florida, the don't say gay bill, whatever. All he was saying is like kids under a certain age shouldn't be exposed to things to do with sexuality, right? And I compare that to my life. Like my first sex ed class, I was in the 6th grade. So that's what, you're like 11, 12 years old, something like that. And I had to get a signed permission slip from my parent just to attend that class.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
because a law's passed, it's saying, kids under 3rd, 4th grade, which is what, 7 years old, 8 years, like they shouldn't be exposed to someone's sexuality or someone's sexual preference. And people are like, oh yeah, well, there's kids with 2 same-sex parents. That's great. That's a beautiful thing. But it's just like when you're pushing an agenda onto everyone for the few, right? It's like, I'm not okay prioritizing your feelings over my reality, over reality. And that's not, like, no one can agree. That's why this country's so fucked. There's no truth anymore. No, we can't say that there's a Baby Yoda stuffed toy on this desk because is it really? Is that your perception? Is that your reality?
Yeah, I think
maybe it's real for you. Maybe someone can't. It's just like, bro, it's fucking there, bro.
I think the problem is, like, we genuinely don't know, and then for someone to get upset at us and they're not giving us a chance because we don't know.
It's not even about not knowing.
But also,
it's just
like,
about let kids be kids.
Yeah.
And as far as that, just let a kid be a kid.
That's
let them grow up.
Don't
let them
steal
have
the
fun.
fucking innocence. Don't fucking ruin it.
You don't gotta talk about straight, gay, fucking anything to a child.
Yeah,
to
that's
a
true.
5, 6, 7-year-old.
They don't need to know.
Let them go down the slide. Let them fucking throw a ball.
Let them be kids. Let them be kids.
Eat some dirt. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro? Do the little note things, the little fucking stupid shits we would do. Be a fucking
What was
kid.
that?
Pick a color.
Yeah. Be
I
a
forgot what that was
fucking
called.
kid.
Fortune teller.
Bro,
Yeah, the fortune teller. Yeah.
Society's sick. It's so overly sexualized. It's just like, bro, like listen,
Yeah.
I'm a father. If
Yo,
my son,
sex sells, bro.
If my son,
Joe, get naked right now.
if my son tells me if he's ever like, Dad, I'm gay, or he, happy Pride, babe. Ladies, he's single. Fellas, he's single.
Ow.
If my son
and he
ever
got the mandingo.
I'll close it with this. If my son ever told me, Dad, I'm gay, or Dad, I feel like a girl, like I feel like I would I will walk my son down the aisle to his husband. I will be there. There's nothing that would ever get in between me loving and supporting my child. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like this is the end all be all and everyone has to believe this and that. It's like it's his feelings, it's his position, it's his life.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade's family.
Yeah.
Do you know about him?
Yeah.
Okay.
His daughter is like
and
trans.
they're very supportive.
As they should be.
Yeah. Do you think that was learned, or is that something that the kid actually wanted? I feel like
it's funny. Part of that.
They're very supportive, and I love that. I think that's cool, and they stand behind their kids.
Yeah.
And they
As they
try to
should.
educate everybody. But also, was that person exposed to a lot of things to kind of influence it?
You said
or?
the key thing, because in that documentary, and you should see. I think it's called "What Is a Woman." It's the Matt Walsh documentary. It's online, and it's brilliant. It's really well done because it's not disrespect. It's just he's asking questions that these fucking snowflakes can't answer. But there's a trans psychologist that came out and literally said, like, I think it's gone too far. Because if you look at the rate, and this was on Bill Maher, on Real Time with Bill Maher, the rate of people who identify as LGBTQIA+ has basically doubled every generation. So the boomer generation is like fucking 2%. And then going up to the next one, it's like double that. Millennials, it's something like, I don't know what it would, maybe 10%. Now Gen Z is like 20% of people. So Bill Maher's like, by 2054, we're all going to be gay. You know what I mean? Because it keeps doubling every generation.
I don't know about being gay. I think by whatever year, I think we'll be fluid.
So my girlfriend, it's interesting.
That means I'm eating that butt, boy.
So I asked my girl this question, right? My girl's 24 years old. I'm like, babe, what is a woman? And she just same way most people. There's a what? They get caught up, and then they have some kind of basic answer. Then you pose more questions. Oh, well, what about someone who identifies? And then it gets more kind of complicated, right? So But she's like, she gave me more insight on how this shit is, like TikTok and social media, bro. This shit is like everywhere. It's very trendy. It's very popular.
This is why I got off social media.
Be a part of these
information overload.
You know, and look, when you're young, as they say this in the documentary too, when you're young, you're trying to like find your place a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As we all were. You know, bro, I'm 34. I have a D&D collection here, and it's pretty fucking super badass hardcore. You know what I mean? Like, you try and find your way in the world, what you're into, what works for you, what fits.
And that's fine.
And then when you see all these other people that are going through the same struggle, you might be like, yo, I'm with them. You know what I'm saying? So she gave me interesting insight in that. She kind of agreed with that. But I don't know. So this whole liberal leftist ideology, it's just between the mandates and all this, I'm just like, it doesn't represent my interest anymore. And the older I get, the more conservative I become, the more I'm just like, you know, spending's out of control, and I want the right to defend myself, and, you know, Trump 2024.
Bro,
this is where I put the red hat on you.
This guy did not want to trap your pussy. He just wanted to grab you by the pussy, baby. That's it. Come on. Well. I guess that concludes that topic. That was, I was getting a little carried on over there. I'm just like,
bro. You were holding it in so long. But you know, Joe, we accept you and your shirts and whatever lifestyle you want to lead. You know.
Yo, I wore this shirt because it's aerodynamic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Before we turned this camera on, the only thing he was wearing was the sunglasses. That's all.
He said, "Yo, tucked in or out."
Yeah, I mean, the only way you get that access to that footage is our OnlyFans and Patreon.
Coming soon.
Actually,
Glizzy's galore.
OnlyMans.
Yellow.
But wait, there's more.
So just a quick follow up on what happened from last time. So like, yeah, I haven't really spoke to, you know, brother about what happened much. Basically, you know, I was doing my best over this time to kind of just like move forward and let shit go. You know, dating someone new and all that stuff. I'm just trying to like get on with my life. And I remember having a conversation with my girl, and I was like, yo, like, I just want to move forward. I just want to let shit go, like, let tomorrow come, and boom. And then I wake up to like this family group text, and, you know, people are talking about it, my aunts, uncles, and my godmother said something like, you know, are they still gonna see each other? Something along those lines.
Oh yeah, that is a lingering question.
And I was like, yo, I'm going to jail. Like, if he thinks, I was like, if this sick fuck thinks he's gonna keep saying this chick, I was like, I'm gonna go to jail, whatever, blah, blah. So
sneaky links.
Oh my god. But yeah, no. So just to get through this, whatever, I'm at work, that now this is all going on, and he finally breaks his silence, right, to the fam, puts out this huge statement addressing everyone and everything except me, bro. Like 3 paragraphs, not a word to me, bro. Not a word to his brother, not a fucking syllable. All this fucking talk of like, yo, you know, like, be there for her, like, be there for my girl, you know, his baby mom's like, she's the one going through it, be there for her in private. People are being dramatic, people are making this a show, and I'm just like, you're gonna say all this shit, you don't have one fucking word for me, bro? Like, I was losing my mind at that point. Like, how do you do that and just not address with me at all? So I FaceTimed my aunts, like the group, that night, just because I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was like, yo, I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my like, how do you address everyone and everything and not me at all? And I was like, yeah, it's so fucking cowardly. But and I told him that, but I'm talking to my mom, my aunts, till like midnight. I got out of work like 10 something. We talked for like an hour or two, and I just remember speaking to my mom about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm gonna do the impossible, because I was like, we're family at the end of the day, right? So my mom's not getting any younger, and I'm like, I'm gonna do everything I can to just swallow this fucking melon and make shit work, right? Like, move forward. And so I tried. I was like, Mom, I love you. I don't want you to die knowing we're at odds. So then I talked to brother's girlfriend, you know, at the end of I was like, I'm going to talk to you real quick, and then I'm going to hit up my brother. And I'm talking to her. I'm like, look, I'm always going to have your back. I'm like, we're family no matter what. Like, your kids won't need for anything. And end of the day, blah, blah, like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, she's appreciative, you know, for the support and all that shit. So I'm like, all right. So I FaceTimed my brother. And bro, he was by that point he had been kicked out of his apartment. He's drinking, obviously, because he's such a fucking dick. And like, I'm talking to him, and he's so like disrespectful. Like, he's very like dismissive. He's very like working his bullshit angles. He's like, oh yeah, you didn't care about her, you didn't love her, blah blah blah. I'm just like, are you fucking like? I'm like, how dare you, bro? Like, how dare you argue with me about this shit? I'm like, just take your fucking L. And like, it got bad. Like, I was screaming on the phone at one point. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, there's a point I had a ring for this girl. I like, she helped me raise my son. How are you gonna try and tell me it wasn't that? Oh, because I moved on, it wasn't serious. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? And then finally, like, I broke down a little bit, and that's when I saw the fucking first speck of humanity in him. And he was just like, yo, like, I know I fucked up. He's like, you know, if I see you, he's like, you know, the first one's on me. Like, basically telling me he's gonna let me punch him in the face, and yeah, blah blah. And we talked for a little bit, you know, and I'm like, yo, did you watch the podcast, you know? And he's like, no, man, get the fuck out of here. I was like, bro, you should definitely watch it. It's hilarious. I'm like, the last joke I make, I'm like, you know, you were supposed to lend me the car, and I was like, bro, like, you know, if you don't want to lend me the car, like, you could have just talked to me, bro. Like, you know, you didn't have to do all that shit. And he actually started laughing. So then we talked a little bit more, and I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking, and blah blah. And he was just like, he tried to blame it on alcohol and on this bullshit. I'm like, for days, bro, and all this shit I heard. And then he's trying to break down the timeline for me, and I'm like, bro, I don't need no more brutal fucking details. Like, I know enough. The shit is already killing me. And he's like, nah.
So what had happened was
he's like, nah, bro, there's something you need to know.
Oh,
and I'm like,
what?
Yeah. He's like, there's something you need to know. And I'm like, what? Oh God. He's like, yeah, you know. He's like, you know, when she was there, he's like, my boy was there, but he says his name, whatever, one of his military friends. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, what? You had a fucking threesome with him? And he's like, nah. And but then I was like, wait, you had a threesome with your girl? And he's like, yeah.
Oh, what?
These niggas had a threesome. So I was just like, yo, oh my God, my brain fucking just exploded at that point, because it's like, it was already so much to comprehend, but the fact that I was like dying inside and still was like, you know what, Mom, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna try and do the impossible and fix it. And it's just like more betrayal and fucking bullshit and heartache. But the fact that this fucking bitch, bro, was like coming to my family for fucking sympathy and shit, like, just like, oh my God, yo, you don't know what I had to go through and shit, like my baby, yo. And I was just like, yo, how fucking dare you? How dare you come to my family for fucking sympathy and empathy or any of that bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Just like, what the are you out of your fucking mind? You know what I mean? You're fucking And so my brother's like, he's like, yo, you gotta swear on your son you keep this between us, yah blah blah. And I gave him one caveat. I was like, agreed under one condition. I can talk to it about you with your girl and with my girl, because I have to tell this to fucking someone, but it'll stay right there. He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, I don't care. And then he told me about the threesome shit. And so I'm like, cool, I'm gonna talk about this right now. So now I'm hitting up his girl, and and it's like, she's so caught in her bullshit. You ever see someone caught red-handed?
A deer in the headlights,
bro. She was so fucking stupid, bro. Like, I was like, so you had a threesome, huh? And she's like, what? And I'm just like, oh, it's funny. She's like, yeah. And I'm just like, I'm like, how fucking dare you, you know, come to my family for all the sympathy and I play the fucking victim and all this bullshit. And then she's so fucking dumb that even in her denial, even literally verbatim in her denial, she's like, that's not what happened. To tell you the truth, ask him what really happened when I told her to suck his dick. And I was like, you just admitted to the fucking threesome with your denial, you fucking moron. You know what I mean? Just like, how are you this fucking stupid? So obviously some crazy shady shit, but fuck them. Fuck that, all of them. Fuck that whole situation. Like, suck my dick from the back, you sick fucking lowlifes. It just blew my fucking mind, bro.
Shit.
It blew my fucking mind, and I'm just like, all right. I was like, and the first person, and then I hand to God, I gave him a chance. I was like, yo, we need to talk about this shit right now. You need to be a woman. You need to be an adult. You need to admit this shit. And I was like, I swear to God, this shit will stay with me. I was like, I'm already dead inside and this shit will die with me. I'm like, but this is your fucking golden ticket. I was like, I would take this fucking opportunity if I were you to fucking have this shit stay here. I'm like, because it's not going to be pretty if you don't take this fucking chance. Yo, I don't have to deal with this shit. Yo, like, you know, he's lying. Oh my God. And I'm just like, not only would he not tell me that, like, he told me that for a reason. He has no reason to lie. You know what I'm saying? His close friends knew, and they were like, yo, I'm glad you finally know. And then I hit up my ex, and I was like, are you fuck? And she's like, oh, I'm glad you finally know the truth. So it's like, y'all can deny this shit as much as you want, bro. This shit fucking happened, and it's just like, I put that shit, I was like, take the opportunity, keep it here. Nope. No, like, bro, literally, you look at the text, it's like a 25-minute grace period where I'm just like, please, let's talk about this, admit this shit, and we can move forward, and it'll stay here. Didn't want to do it. Next morning, I was fucking sending the Joker gifts, like, you get what you fucking deserve. Telling them, I was like, hello, family. I'm like, sorry to let you know, but the depravity just fucking continues. It's like these sick fucks did all this shit together, yah, blah, blah.
What do you get when you betray your brother and have sex with his ex?
You get what you fucking deserve. So,
I'm gonna have to paint Joker faces on you.
Yo. So that's what happened.
Okay.
But no, you know, I'm pretty sure she was there helping out with laundry, and she's just like, oh no, my hand's stuck. Hey, step bro.
I'm stuck in the dryer.
What are you doing?
Oh,
he was like, oh my God. So yeah, whatever.
Shit.
That's what happened, and I've just left it from there, bro. It's been over a month. I'm moving on with my life. They're moving on with their lives. Crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I told my mother, I was like, Mom, I love you. But I tried. And I was like, you know that I tried. And I tried the impossible for you. I was hurt and all fucked up, but I was still like, I want my mom to not die knowing that we're at odds, and I'll make the effort, because he didn't say a word to me the whole time. So if it was ever going to get better, I had to be the one to, you know, try, like the catalyst or whatever. So I did, and it just blew up in my face again, and I was just like, bro, it's like, I'm good, man. Like, no one had a fucking moment of awareness for me, how it would affect me, for more importantly for my son. You know what I'm saying? My son all the time, bro. Like, if I say like boy from like the God of War games, he's like Theo. I'm like, oh, Theo died. I'm like, Theo's with Logan.
Cue the sad music, right?
You know, facts.
Play the world's smallest violin for this guy. Right?
I was like, Theo's with Logan now. They're up there.
He's dead. To me, he is.
Facts. So yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
there's your fucking update and your exciting conclusion to the fucking you know, situation
or scandal.
Yeah, to the Orla scandal. You know. But yeah, that is what it is.